our goal is to get it to that $1,000 to $1,500 per month, but then also be able to take these digital products and wrap them in there and then build an email funnel sequence, and we'll see where that leads. Well, hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Rock Your Brand podcast. I'm your host, Scott Voker, a serial entrepreneur on a mission to help you. This show is designed to teach you, to inspire you, to motivate you to take massive action and build a future-proof business. So whether you're just starting out or taking your existing business to the next level, this is your home. Now, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's rock your brand. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Rock Your Brand podcast. This is episode 899. Can't believe it. We're almost at 900. But hey, today I'm excited because I'm going to share with you a recent coffee talk that I did going over a hot seat that I did inside of Brand Creators Academy with a member who just purchased a niche site for around $30,000 that's getting already 65,000 page views a month, about 47,000 unique visitors, but it was lacking a few things. So what we decided to do in this hot seat session for our Academy members was go over what he can do immediately. And inside of this coffee talk, I break it all down. I talk through it and really share with you some of this low-hanging fruit, no matter if you already have a website and you want to add some of these components, or if you want to work towards adding these and not making the mistake that the previous owner had made. So this session was dedicated to really taking everything that I talked about in the hot seat, breaking it down, distilling it down, and giving you those big takeaways so you know exactly what to look for, but also what to work towards in building your brand. So again, this is episode 899. If you want the show notes, the transcripts, all the links, all the stuff we talk about, you can head on over to brandcreators.com/899. You can get it up all over there. And well, if you want to join one of our coffee talks and be on one of these calls, well, all you need to do is head on over to takeactioncrew.com, which I'll also link up in the show notes. But that's where I jump on every single week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we do a session just like this one that you're about to hear right here on this podcast. So guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to dig right in. This is going to be exactly kind of like an overview of what happened here. Okay. So probably about a week, well, a little bit longer now, a couple of weeks ago, Dino had said, Scott, I'm thinking about buying a website. And I said, okay, give me a little bit more about it. Now, I'm not going to reveal the niche here. Inside of BCA, we do, but we do keep things a little bit more private outside of it because we don't want to blast it out to everybody. But I'm going to give you the overall idea here. So he wanted to buy this website. The website at the time, I think a couple of weeks ago, it's actually growing, was getting around 35,000 unique visitors, that is, and probably close to like 50,000 page views. Okay. And so he wanted to buy this website and he asked me about it. And I said, it looks like a great website. It's very niche too, by the way. And what I was looking for, and anytime I'm looking at a website, whether I'm going to buy it or I'm going to help someone build it, it's like, where are there opportunities that could be, that we could take advantage of, right? It's kind of like if you buy a house and you see that it just needs to have fresh paint, maybe, some updated flooring, maybe some new cabinets, and you're going to be able to add a whole bunch of value to it and bring up the value. That's kind of how you look at a web property as well. And again, while we're doing this, we're looking at it and going, okay, we know the building blocks to a brand, right? And we know how to take these assets and then either leverage those or increase those or add monetization to it or any of that stuff, right? So we understand those principles, okay? So we got on the call after he purchased it because I said, yeah, it looks great. I took a quick glance at it. I go, there's a few things here immediately that I see that we could probably take advantage of. And so the very first thing that I want you guys to be aware of is, again, once you have traffic coming to a website, okay, there's things that we can do immediately. One thing that we discovered after we got on this call, and by the way, let me just throw it out there. The site, when he was thinking about buying it even a month ago, I think it was making around $800 a month in ads. Okay, so Mediavine, once you hit 50,000, you can start running Mediavine. And I think it was doing around $800, just shy of 1,000. Now it's doing like $1,500 a month. I think it's just shy of $1,500, but he said it's going to probably do $1,500 this month. Just ad revenue, by the way, guys, because he's on Mediavine. And then Mediavine is paying right now around $24 per thousand, which is your RPM. Don't worry about all this terminology, but just understand for every 1,000 people or page views, not even people, page views, he's getting paid $24.62. It's almost 25 bucks. Normally, we have a couple of brands right now, and we're averaging, actually, we have 3 brands that are running ads. One of them is averaging around $22, $23. But that has dipped. It's went down to about $15, but then it's come back. There's another one right now in a completely different niche. That one is around $9 per thousand, so it's low, but that will increase as the seasons change. Then the other one is doing around $13, $14, touching $15 at times. So that's good, right? Just so you understand that when traffic is coming into the site, if all I did was say, I want to get 50,000 page views, okay, on my website, nothing else. I'm not going to worry about digital products. I'm not going to worry about physical products. I'm not going to worry about affiliate stuff. If all I did was looked at that, right? I looked at, if I get 50,000 page views and they're paying what they're paying there for, for Dino, you're going to be up there around $1,500, right? $1,200 to $1,500. I don't know about you guys, but that's usually around, depending on where you live, a mortgage payment. I mean, heck, right? So a website is paying your mortgage. So anyway, I'm looking at that, right? So now the cool thing is when we looked at this, I said, okay, we're looking at the homepage. We're looking at all the different pages. I don't see an opt-in form. I don't see a place where there's an email capture. And he goes, yeah, no, he doesn't have an email list. So when he bought this website, did not have an email list. And so your very first thing, my first homework assignment for him was, what do you think? You got to get an opt-in on there. I don't care what it is, right? 5 tips to catch more bass, like whatever. I don't care, right? Take a blog post. And we did this twice, by the way, in Brand Creators Academy, where we used it as a case study for building a list. We took 2 blog posts that gave good information. We created a little PDF, and then we offered that as a download. And we built an email list. One of them's converting at like 42%. The other one's converting at like 36%, right? Just put something there, right? And so that was his homework assignment. So he's getting right now over 45,000 unique visitors per month and around 60,000 page views, okay? If all we do is put a lead magnet up there, tomorrow, we're going to get email opt-ins, period. We're going to get email opt-ins. So my suggestion to him was, I want that lead magnet created by the end of the weekend. And then I want you to put it up on a landing page. And then I want you to build a basic thank you page. And we're not even going to say the thank you page has to be an offer, which we'll do later, which is going to lead me into my second thing here. But what we want to do is we want that lead capture. Okay. We want to have people that are coming to that website to see an opt-in and be able to opt in. Right. So again, looking at this as a piece of real estate, the person that sold it did not take advantage of this traffic, did not think to do this. We're saying we're going to plug that in. And now I'm instantly going to build an email list, even if I only get 20 people a day, right? Which I think you're going to get more, but 20 people a day, right? Over time, we're going to build a nice, solid list. And then guess what? Every time that I post a new piece of content, I get to send my list the new piece of content if I want to, right? Or I can send them to a product post, or I can ask them questions, right? So all of that stuff lends itself to an email list, another asset that we would have that the business didn't have when he purchased it. Okay. So that's a huge opportunity. Okay. So that's number one. Okay. Now, the second thing was, okay, now we got the email capture. We got a thank you page, and we have a landing page, then we have a thank you page. We need to put something on that thank you page that makes a slight offer for like $5, $10, doesn't matter, right? And so what I said was, we got to come up with a digital guide of some kind. Well, he went on to tell me that the owner had created an ebook, but never sold it. He didn't know how to sell it. He didn't know how to connect it to, to a payment processor or any of that stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, let's take a look at it, right? And we go ahead and we look at it. It's over 100 pages, a really, really good guide. And the cover is pretty good. It's not, I thought at first, I'm like, well, we're going to probably have to redo the cover, probably tweak it a little bit. No, it's ready to go. So now he's going to take that after we did that first part, right? We're going to take that digital product and we're going to create an offer out of it. And I don't care if it's $2.99. I don't care if it's $4.99, $9.99. You can play with all that stuff because we got the traffic, right? We're not even talking about paid traffic yet, guys. Like, he's already there to get steady traffic. Why not put an email in front of it? And then when people opt in, they immediately get the thank you page. And when they get the thank you page, it says, hey, we just sent you your free download to your inbox. But while I got you, here's everything you need to know about X, Y, and Z. Here's a special offer. Normally sells for $9.99. You can get it for $4.99 for the next 5 days, something like that. And then we can follow up through email, right? And remind them about that. And by the way, Cassidy Tuttle, who spoke at Brand Accelerator Live 2020, broke down her email funnel, okay, of how she's building her list and then how she's leveraging that list right through the email sequence in the tune of like $15,000 a month from a $10 digital product. I think there's like four ebooks that she also has that increases the cart value. It's all digital though, right? And so I guess I should probably say here too, if you're interested, if you missed Brand Accelerator Live 2020 and you want a full 8-hour day of training on how to build your list, you'll see Cassidy's funnel. And then also I'll be teaching you how to build a digital product from scratch. If you want those recordings, they are going to be available probably right now as you're watching them, depending on when you're watching this. But they're supposed to go live this morning. So again, if you go to baltickets.com, you should see an option there to purchase the recordings. I would strongly recommend it, not just because there are recordings. It was an amazing event and it's packed with actionable workshops, right? So this here, what I'm talking about today, it goes all in exactly on what we're talking about here with this site that he bought. Now, what Dino did is he took a shortcut. Okay. That shortcut cost him around $30,000. Okay. Which to me is pretty reasonable. Okay. So he bought a website that's getting this traffic. It's already got revenue coming into the business and he paid $30,000 for it. Okay. Now to you might be like, oh my gosh, that's so much money. Like I can't imagine that. And it can be, but if you think about it, if you took 12 to 18 months to get it to that point, either you're going to write all that content yourself, produce all the content, all of that, or you're going to pay someone. It probably won't cost you 30, but it's still going to cost you something, right? So you can totally shortcut that process. And once you understand the skill set, you can take that and then, 2x it, 3x it, 10x it over time. But I just wanted to throw it out there. Exactly what we teach inside of BCA or at Brand Accelerator Live or here on these coffee talks or the podcast. Understand this website that he purchased started with just content. That's all it's had. And by the way, this person that was building it stopped posting content in February. Stopped. Just totally stopped. And it's still starting to take off. All right. So just understand that what we're talking about here and at Brand Accelerator Live, we went through this entire process from start to finish, pretty much like content and then monetization. But then what does the content strategy look like? right? And then after that, we got to build an email list. Then once we build the email list, how do we sell them products? How do we create products to sell them if we don't have our own physical products, right? And then from there, Chris went on and taught some Facebook ad stuff. We did some Pinterest training, but all leads back to traffic. And then how do we monetize it, right? And the quickest way to monetize it is through an ad network, to be honest with you. It's the quickest way, right? Because all you need is the traffic coming in, and then those ads are going to display that are targeted to that user, and then you're getting paid per impression, basically, right? So that's the easiest way. So we actually have a brand right now that we're using as a case study, and inside of BCA, we're sharing all of that, and we're using Ezoic ads. I'm not a huge fan of Ezoic, and I'm going to talk more about this inside BCA because we've been running it now on 2 different brands. I'm not a fan of Ezoic. It's not bad if you have 10,000 page views or less, but we have more than that now. We have like over 28,000, almost 30,000. But our next milestone is 50,000 because then we get to apply for Mediavine, right? So anyway, I'm just kind of ranting there a little bit on the ads because it is the shortest path. And if you think about it, if you can get to 50,000 page views, which isn't all that hard, it does take time, and this isn't I'm going to go ahead and create content. It's going to all of a sudden be, ranking tomorrow. That's going to take time, but you can speed that up by building an email list. And the easiest way to do that is to start that, even if you started from scratch, and then just go ahead and use Facebook ads. Even if you just spend $5 a day, it doesn't matter. You want to be building that email list as you're building your content site. It just makes things a lot easier. So let's just recap real quick. All right. Dino has a website that he purchased. It's getting 45,000 uniques, 60,000 page views. It's making around just under $1,500 per month on just ad networks. No email list. The digital product is not being seen by anybody. We're going to fix those 2 things. And then what we're going to do, and I know that he's going to get results, but then what we're going to do is inside of BCA, what we're going to do is we're going to track this progress. So this is going to be kind of like a new case study that's already at the 50,000 mark as far as page views. And now what can we do with it once we get it to that level? The one that we're building is just under 12 months, I think, just about 12 months. And so again, the site that he just purchased is about 18 months, maybe a little bit over 18 months. So give us another 6 months. We'll definitely be there. And our goal is to get it to that $1,000 to $1,500 per month, but then also be able to take these digital products and wrap them in there and then build an email funnel sequence like Cassidy did. And we'll see where that leads. But again, it comes down to traffic and then making those offers. And that's exactly what we talked about during Brand Accelerator Live. And it's everything that we teach inside of Brand Creators Academy. All right, guys. So there you have it. That there, my friends, is how you take traffic, existing traffic, and you turn it into an email list and you turn it into profits. You guys know I talk a lot about those 2 parts of your business because that is what drives business: traffic and then offers. And in this case, we were able to identify a couple of these immediately that Dean is going to be, or also known as Dino, is going to be able to take advantage of. And I really wanted to share this with you because I think it's important that you understand that when you're building a brand, these things are important, but also if you're ever to acquire a brand or purchase a brand, these are different components that you want to look at and go, oh, they're not doing this. We can do this because I understand how this process works and what it will take to add these components. Now, there's a whole bunch of other things that we're going to be doing. And the one thing that we wanted to do here with Dino is we did not want to overwhelm him. So we said, listen, the first thing we want you to do is get that lead magnet up and running. As soon as you do that, we're going to then bolt on this digital product that's already created that you purchased with this website. So those are the only two things that we're focusing on right now. We're not even talking about adding new content yet, which that will come later. And we're going to do follow-up calls with Dino inside of the Academy. And that's where we're going to be able to kind of share the play-by-play and the case study. I'll be giving you guys the outside play-by-play as far as like what's happening, but really inside of the Academy, that's where we dig deep. And by the way, if you're listening to this and you would like to be part of our Brand Creators Academy, which is not open to the public, we are accepting applications. And what we do there is it's just a really, really quick way for us to really see where you're at and to see if it's the right fit for you right now. If you're at all interested, then I would head on over to brandcreatorsacademy.com. Again, brandcreatorsacademy.com, or just go to brandcreators.com/join and you can do it right there. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, remember, I'm here for you. I believe in you and I am rooting for you, but you have to, come on, say it with me, say it loud, say it proud, take action. Have an awesome, amazing day. And I'll see you right back here on the next episode. Now let's rock your brand.